Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses. Welcome to Dawn Williams Tarot. I'm Dawn. If you have Sun, Moon, or Rising in Sagittarius, then this message is for you, and it is a timeless message. I am recording this on January 22nd, 2024, but if you come upon this message later, then that is when it was meant for you to view, okay? So I am doing my reading a little bit different today. And I typically do like the monthly readings, for the sign, and I do weekly readings for the sign. And just recently I went through a spiritual retreat, and because of that experience, I had a ton of downloads and I had a ton of information come through. And this reading that I'm going to do for you is more on a spiritual level than it is going to be on a day-to-day functioning level. I mean, there is going to be work that needs to be done probably, but this is more on a spiritual level, because one of the things that is really important to me is my spiritual path. And as a teacher for a long number of years, started teaching in the 90s, and spiritual practices and meditation and all those types of things. Became a master Reiki teacher in 1996. So I took it all very serious. But in my download, one of the things that Spirit said was, while this is good to have the day-to-day grind, right, kind of readings, Spirit really wants me to get more into substantive readings that really talk about our spirituality and our journey through this ascension process. So today I'm going to be pulling four cards about four specific things that Spirit wants you to know. And the whole point of this is for you to make an assessment, assess where your awareness is, your spiritual awareness is, okay? So the first section is what you know you need to work on a spiritual level, what you know you're good at, what are your blockages or anything that you're ignorant to or have no awareness of that is coming, that needs to be brought into the light. And then the last one was the most interesting one for me, because the wording that I was given was subconscious mastery you are able to do without thinking. So the subconscious mastery part was the area that I was like, So I got a little bit more detailed information for that. And basically what that is your subconscious is that connection between you and your higher self if you are not working directly with your higher self. It's kind of that subconscious. So this is like the energy that comes through. This is stuff that you've mastered that you're able to do without thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling your cards, Sagittarius, and see what we get. Okay, so what do our Sagittariuses need to know? Wait, what you know you need to work on? What do our Sagittariuses know that you need to work on? I think I should have worded that better. I'll change that wording, but get the same message across. Okay, and your card is the Queen of Rods. Okay, now what do you know you are good at? This is all the good stuff in this one, right? What are you good at? Sag, what are you good at? Ooh, Ooh, three of hearts. I mean, three of spades. You are good at three of spades. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Okay. So here's your blockages. Four of Swords. And this is your subconscious mastery you were able to do without thinking. Eight of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Cups. So pages in tarot have to do with moving in new directions or going down a new path. Pages in tarot are also the messengers of tarot. So this would be messages of the heart. This page, if you look at this page, he's got that fish popping up out of that cup. And basically what that is saying is that he needs to hang on to the, or grab hold of those things that make his heart sing, right? Okay, so Aquarius, Sagittarius, I don't know where that came from. I was just thinking about that on the 20th, Pluto moved into Aquarius, and we are moving into the age of Aquarius. And I was thinking about that just a second ago, and then it just popped in. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what you need to know that you need to work on is the Queen of Rods. Now, the Queen of Rods is my fiery queen, and you are fire, Sagittarius. So this is really saying that you really need to own your fire. You need to, she right here doesn't put up with any crap. She stands in her sovereignty. She is one of those ones, she's a trailblazer, right? She gets things done. She takes action. She is quite sovereign in her space. She doesn't allow other people to impression her. She doesn't care what other people think about her, right? So in a sense, this might be something that you need to work on. Maybe you are really sensitive and you need to learn to something about your sensitivity. Or maybe it's a thing where you give up your sovereignty, you give up your power to other people because you're a people pleaser, right? Or maybe it's a thing where you don't speak up. She definitely speaks up. Now, if you're a male listening to this message, just recognize that we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And while this is feminine energy, it is not necessarily gender specific. So this queen is very resourceful. She, and on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, she is sitting on her throne, and below her is a black cat, okay? So black cats in tarot were representative way back in the day as a negative thing because people didn't trust black cats, right? They always thought of them as evil, and which is why you have to protect a black cat around Halloween time, because that, people will torture black cats. It stems way back then. And she has a black cat that is sitting in front of her throne, which that cat's very comfortable there, and she's very comfortable with the black cat. And her position is, I don't really give a crap whether or not you like my black cat. I love my black cat, and I don't really care what you think. And that's kind of her energy. She doesn't follow the norm. She blazes her own trail. She is one that won't cow down. Okay, so that's kind of this energy here that you might need to be working on in whatever area of your life that may be. Maybe you work for a bully, or maybe you work for somebody that's really strong-willed, and you find that you're doing things that you don't want to do, but you do them because you feel like you have to, right? So this is saying, start finding your way of standing in your own power. But let's pull a couple of additional cards here to see what else Spirit wants you to know about this queen. Okay, first card is Page of Swords. And Seven of Pentacles. Okay, now, here's the thing about this page. Of all the pages, this page is a little gossipy. He can be gossipy. He can be a rumor spreader. Now, pages typically have to do with a new path, a new direction, but they're also messengers. And in the situations that this is an area where you may need to work on, it's saying, speak your truth, but speak your truth in a way that doesn't put another down. Don't spread rumors. Don't even get yourself involved in them, right? I mean, this makes sense, but for some people, they really have to work at that because they've been doing it for so long that it's just familiar for them. So if this resonates with you in terms of that, that's the area that you need to work on. Because if you work on that area, then you will become more of a strong queen, stronger energy that you need to be, okay? And then the other thing that needs to be worked on here is, this is the Seven of Pentacles. And as you can see, this guy has planted all these pentacles, and now he's waiting for his harvest. So this guy is really thinking about, really deeply about whether or not all that hard work was worth the reward that he's going to get. Sevens are also a card of building confidence. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the confidence part is because this queen absolutely has no problem with her confidence. She's a very confident queen. But as this is something that you need to work on, I would say that that may be an area that is something that you might need to work on, just for some of you, maybe not all of you. But the other thing that this card represents is, pentacles represent, finances and money. It also represents our home life, our possessions, our physical security, our careers, our health. So that may be an area too. Maybe some of you need to clean up your diet, or maybe some of you need to work on your health. Okay, whatever that means. The other thing that this would represent, and as you can see, he's kind of looking at that, and you might be in that stage right now too, where you're really evaluating many areas of your life, because we just transitioned into this year, 2024. So it could be that you were really busy in the month of December, and now you're just really evaluating and looking at what you want to plan ahead. What areas do you want to focus on? And if you can look at him, that's what he's doing. He's really focusing on these pentacles here. So it could be you're focusing on your finances, your home life, some of those types of things. But whatever that seven is representing, it's also representing experience. So using your experience, previous experiences, to build your confidence to become this Queen of Rods. You are a fire sign, so that is energy that is very familiar to you. And I think that this is kind of a good start to this reading. Okay, so the next area is what you know you're good at. And I was surprised to see this card, but then again, I'm not really surprised. So the Three of Swords represents sorrow, sadness, pain, those kinds of things. But if you look around that heart, there's all that gold energy, and gold in tarot is good. So what this says is when you're hurt emotionally, you have it within yourself to heal. You have it within yourself to move forward, move past this pain, this sorrow, this sadness, right? Like you might wallow in it a bit because we all have to process, but you're very good at getting through it. And the thing that popped into my head that I was thanking Spirit for was that this is confirmation that you're also good at helping others heal their pain. We're all here to help one another in this ascension process. And I feel that because this card came up and this is what you are good at, I feel as though Spirit is saying some of you may be very good with the healing arts. Maybe you're a nurse, a doctor, maybe you're a psychiatrist, maybe some of you are energy workers or healers in some other way. Maybe you're acupuncturist. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different healing modalities out there, right? So it could be on that type of a level that you're really good at. But the other thing is, I just think you're just a good friend to have, because when your friends need you, you will rally around them and help them with their grief, with their sorrow, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So let's get some clarity on this Three of Swords. What else do our Sagittariuses need to know about this Three of Swords, please? Oh, the Magician. See, you have all the tools to do that work. Now, another thing that popped into my mind, and this is going to sound kind of morbid, and I don't want to offend anybody by making this comment, but one of the things that popped into my head too when I got the download from Spirit was that many of you are very good as transitional healers. And what does that mean? So it's going to mean something different from all of you, but I feel as though when you know someone has transitioned to the other side, somebody's died, you're very good at help healing that family or healing the person that was left behind. So let's say you're a significant, we have a married couple and one of the persons died, maybe a close friend of the family or whatever. You're really good at helping that person work through their grief. So that's what a transitional kind of a energy healer is about. Some of you are very good at transitioning healing. And you might not even be aware that you do it. Some of you maybe have been called into your work, whatever it is that you do, and that may be part of your process. That may be part of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you're a nurse or maybe you're a doctor and you see death all the time. Or maybe you are, I don't know, work in a hospital somewhere or something like that. But the Magician came in, and this would say that you are very good at tapping into your skill set. You have all the gifts, all the tools in your toolbox, and you will use whatever tool you need in the moment, right? Because that is your mastery. That is your expertise. is pulling that information in, specifically with loss, right? Wow, that's really big, Sag. Your second card is the Hierophant. Oh, wow. Two major arcanas. The Hierophant, so looking at this from a spiritual level is a little different than when you're looking at it from day to day, like your day-to-day grind. In this situation, the Hierophant energy is the Hierophant is like, look at him. If you look at those two guys down below, they are waiting for him to bless them. So he has his hands up to do this blessing thing. And actually, this right here is one of those secret society things. As I say, tarot has a ton of symbolism, and these were created back. Tarot was created back in the 1400s, so of course there would be a lot of information that was incorporated into the cards that would be symbolism to, like, the secret societies. Well, that is one of their hand gestures, just so you're aware. But that aside, this individual is meant to be the person that is the go-between the higher realms and the physical realm. He's got one foot in both. And this would kind of be the middleman, right? This would be the priest, or this would be the chaplain, or this would be whatever it is that you call the person that you go when you go to church, right? And the guy stands up there and he gives the sermon. So it could be a minister, it could be anything, right? This is supposed to represent that energy. But what this is saying is that the way that I look at this card in this reading is that this is saying that you have mastered your ability to be able to bring down that information from the spiritual side and bring it into your physical life and manifest that for yourself. I always look at this card as a card of being your own guru, being your own priest, tapping into your own information, bringing down your own information. And I am going to iterate that because you have this Magician card here that says you've mastered this energy and you know how to utilize that energy for your highest and best good. Okay. And that too is a blessing. Okay. So now we are going to look at the next, which is your blocks. And the first card that we have is the Four of Swords. So this card is typically, so fours are typically about needing stability or needing balance, looking for those things in your life. And in this situation, it feels as though you need some kind of a rest. You need deep rest. Your soul needs some rest. This would be saying that you've been just burning the midnight oil. You just go, 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 go. And even when you are on vacations or you take that time, they're not really restful for you, meaning that you're soul weary, soul, S-O-U-L, weary, tired. And I can relate to that because I am soul weary too. But I feel really good in this moment. But anyway, so what this is saying is that is your block. You don't give enough to yourself in terms of healing, in terms of setting that energy aside just for you to be you and do you and rest. And let's pull some more cards to see what else we need to know about this. I got all tongue-tied there for a second. What do our Sagittarius need to know about this Four of Swords? Okay, so your first card is King of Cups. And the Eight of Wands. Okay, that's a good outcome. Okay, so You're tired. And the other block is, okay, so first of all, the King of Cups, let me show you the king. He's on his throne there. He is a water sign. As you can see, there's water all around him. However, he's very comfortable in water. So even though he's in choppy water, he's calm, cool, collected, and knows his stuff. So if it is a thing that you work, you know, in a hospital or something like this could be representative of somebody that you work with, that you might be having an issue with, a block of some kind. And maybe that's the other thing too, is this person could be a boss, or, and it may be a thing where you might have vacation time coming to you, but you can't take it for whatever reason, because you're committed to your job. But the thing about this king is the king, he is emotionally stable, this king. He's emotionally intelligent. He's very caring, and he is very wise, those kinds of things. Doesn't necessarily have to be a male person, but it does involve masculine energy of the king. And kings, the kings in tarot are all about knowledge. So this person is very skilled in his job. He's very skilled in his workspace. And the other thing is he's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of other things, because he comes from the place of his heart, and he has a lot of things that fills that heart up. So he's a lot of things that he is interested in. So he's very well versed in a lot of different areas. But as this is a block, somehow or another, this is preventing you from getting that deep rest that you need, right? But the thing is it's going to be released, because you've got the 8 of Wands here. So this right here is the Victory card. And this also is, and it's a very fast moving energy. So whatever this block is you're going to whiz through it. But the thing I will say is, do take the time and do some self-care, because that's really what Spirit is really kind of saying at this time, is that's what you really need, is a little self-care. Oh, and how funny. Your next card, which is about your subconscious mastery, you're able to do without thinking, and you got the 8 of Swords. You got this card twice. That usually tells me when you get a card twice, that pay attention to that, to this message. But subconscious, so this is victory. The wands have to do with your energy, and this represents you, because the 8 of Wands represents Sagittarius. So it just says that you are very well represented here. And now we're going to get some clarifiers as to what else you need to know about being so fabulous, Sagittarius. This is fabulously you, Sag. Okay, your first card is, oh, the Devil card. Second card is 9 of Wands. Okay. Oh, it's the 10 of Wands, sorry. Because we had the 9 of Wands. Ready? Okay. So you have the 8 of Wands here that is saying that this is representing your energy, right? That this is really what you're good at. And this Devil card is usually a card of distractions and self-sabotage. It's an energy of addictions. So what this card is really saying is that what you're really good, that you've mastered, is that you don't fall into this category. You don't allow yourself to self-destruct. You don't put sabotage things in front of you. You do not allow, you know, alcohol or drugs or sex or any of the things that are an addiction. You don't allow your addictions to rule your life. You are in control of that. And I love that about this card for you, because basically what this is saying is that you don't allow those lower vibrational energies to impact you. you have raised your vibration above allowing these distractions to come into your life. And this 10 of Wands is you're also really good about plowing through any of your projects, anything that you are trying to manifest for yourself that may feel as though it is a heavy burden, right? You are very good at bringing home the harvest. So for me, this is a card of saying you are a hard worker. You put your heart and soul into everything that you do. You don't quit. You are a finisher. You are magic. You are really good at what you do. And even if it is a burden and even if it's difficult, you always find a way to get through it. What is that word? Perseverance. So you always persevere. You persevere, you work through it until it's complete. Because 10s are about completion, and that's what this is. It's the 10 of Wands, right? And the 10 of Wands is again another card that represents Sagittarius. It's the 8, 9, 10 of Wands that represent your energy, as well as Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands. It's all that wand energy, right? Because that all represents the fire sign, which is what you are. So this looks really good. I hope you found some messages in here that were helpful to you. Now, at this point, I'm going to pull a final card to complete your reading. If you are new to my channel, I would really love it if you would like and subscribe, because we would love to have you join our family. Okay. So what's our last message for Sagittarius? You know, this is a new deck to me, and I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I bought this deck because I like the picture on the back of the deck. That's what attracted me to this deck, was the picture on the back. It's just very colorful and it's very symbolic for, I'll show you just here in a second. Let me pull the card for you. I'm going to show you the back of the card before I tell you about the front of the card, which is your message. Okay, here we go. Flip the deck. For our Sagittarius's last message, please, from Spirit. What does Spirit want you to know, Sag? Okay, here we go. My daughter's going to love this card. My daughter's a Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. So the reason why I bought the deck was because of these flowers. Now, these are lotus flowers. They're very symbolic. The lotus flower, specifically in Eastern religions, represent the 1,000-petal lotus, which is when the lotus starts working on its spirituality and it starts to open and bloom, right? This is us. It represents us, really, and all the facets of our spirituality. And its message is about spirituality. It's about growing. It's about awakening, which a lot of us are awakening now at this time. And then the last thing that's really about is enlightenment. You're becoming way more enlightened. So the message on the front is domain, ruler of your empire. So what this is saying is you, dear Sag, is the ruler of your empire. There is greatness. You are in a position of power. Have a large home, respect, and wealth. So this is all about abundance. This is all about the gifts on the physical realm, right? And look at the card. It's an elephant. I just think it's so pretty. I'm going to move my finger so you can read the messages for yourself. And I want you to just kind of absorb that energy. Isn't it pretty? And what do elephants represent to you? Elephants live in families. They have memories like crazy. They remember everything. They remember their birthing place. They will travel a gazillion miles to get back to their birthplace. They take care of one another. They're family oriented. They're beautiful animals, actually. They're kind and they're, I mean, if you're going to go after their babies, so they'll come after you, right? You don't want to mess with an elephant. But my daughter, I might as well bring this up. My daughter went to Sri Lanka and was able to swim with the elephants. She got to play with the elephants. And so this is why when I saw this, it made me think of her. But anyway, Sagittarius, I hope you found these messages helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I just send you a lot of love and light from my heart to yours. And please take these messages to heart because they really are coming from your higher self, your spiritual self. And the last thing is find a way to do some self-care and get the rest that you need, because this is going to be a very fast moving, it's going to be a difficult year for many. And we all need to work together to help each other through. We need to help our family through, right? And so God bless you all. Love you all tremendously. And until next time, take very good care of you.